The Pacific Ocean breathes against towering cliffs. Gray mist rolls in from the horizon, wrapping the coastline in a soft, mysterious veil. Waves crash far below, while paragliders drift silently above green parks perched on the very edge of the world. This is Lima, a city born in the desert, cradled by the ocean, and guarded by history. They call it La Ciudad de los Reyes, the City of Kings. It was once the most powerful city in all of South America. And today, it's a vibrant, sprawling capital of nearly 10 million souls. But Lima doesn't reveal itself quickly. At first, all you see is the fog, the concrete, the endless urban sprawl. But if you stay a little longer, Lima unfolds. It reveals itself in flavors, in music, in golden balconies, and in ancient pyramids hidden between traffic lights. This isn't just a city, it's a living chronicle of empires, revolutions, and rebirth. And today, we step into its story. Long before the Spanish arrived, before the cathedrals and colonial plazas, this land was alive. The Lima region was home to ancient civilizations for thousands of years. The Lima culture, the Wari, and later, the mighty Inca Empire all shaped these valleys. Adobe pyramids rose from the desert floor. Ceremonial temples faced the sky. Trade flourished, connecting the mountains and the sea. Then, in 1535, the Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro founded the city and named it La Ciudad de los Reyes, the City of Kings. Why here? The location was perfect. It was close to the Pacific, protected by the desert, and strategically positioned between the Andes Mountains and the coast. Lima quickly became the capital of the Viceroyalty of Peru, the absolute political and religious center of Spanish South America. Gold and silver, extracted from the Andes, passed through this city. Grand churches and opulent palaces rose in splendor. For centuries, Lima ruled, but power always attracts conflict. Earthquakes shattered its magnificent buildings. Pirates threatened its coast. And eventually, revolutionary ideas began to stir. In 1821, Peru declared its independence from Spain. The empire was gone, but Lima remained scarred, reshaped, yet incredibly resilient. And its colonial heart still beats strong today. Walk through Plaza Mayor, the historic center of the city. You'll see the sunlight reflecting off the bright yellow colonial buildings. The government palace stands firm, a symbol of power. The Grand Lima Cathedral towers above with a quiet, solemn authority. This entire district is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. Wooden balconies carved, enclosed, an incredibly intricate seam to whisper stories from centuries ago. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the footsteps of viceroys, the heated debates of revolutionaries, and the quiet prayers of the faithful. Yet, just a few blocks away, the modern world roars. Motorcycles zip past street vendors, and the relentless pulse of modern life surges forward. Lima carries its past openly. It doesn't hide its history. It lives with it, side by side. A morning in Lima begins with movement. Buses weave through crowded avenues. Street vendors prepare breakfast for the city. Fresh bread, savory tamales wrapped in banana leaves. And the aroma of strong Peruvian coffee fills the air. Spanish is the language you'll hear most. But you'll also catch the sounds of Quechua, the ancient language of the Andes, spoken by many. The people of Lima, the Limcos, are warm, expressive, and intensely proud. Family is everything here. Sundays are for large gatherings, with food shared generously and stories told loudly, full of laughter. There's a distinct rhythm to daily life, a fascinating mix of coastal calm and urban urgency. You'll see business professionals rushing through the modern district of Miraflores, artists painting vibrant murals in Bohemian and fishermen casting their lines into the ocean at dawn. Lima is a city of layers. It is both elegant and chaotic, refined and raw. And it's in that very contrast that it finds its unique, captivating beauty. Lima's skyline isn't just defined by glass towers. It's a rich mosaic of styles and eras. In the historic center, Baroque churches rise with ornate facades. Step inside, and you'll find golden altars glowing in the dim, sacred sanctuaries. The San Francisco Monastery, for instance, houses vast catacombs right beneath its floors, a haunting and powerful reminder of centuries past. Then, move towards Miraflores, and modern buildings dominate the landscape. Sleek ocean view apartments gleam under the coastal light. Bed over to Barranco, Lima's bohemian heart, and a completely different rhythm takes over. Colorful houses, independent art galleries, and grand colonial mansions create a vibrant artistic atmosphere. This is where you'll find the famous Bridge of Sighs, a place tied to local legend. They say if you can hold your breath while crossing it and make a wish, your wish will come true. Architecture here is not uniform. There's storytelling in stone, brick, and wood. But perhaps one of Lima's most astonishing secrets is this. Ancient pyramids stand right in the middle of modern neighborhoods. Take Huaca Pucllana, an adobe pyramid nearly 1,500 years old. It rises dramatically among restaurants and apartment buildings. At sunset, it glows golden against the city lights. Locals jog on the paths nearby, cars stream past, and history remains solid and unshakable. This is the essence of Lima. Ancient civilization embedded directly into the fabric of modern life. Economically, Lima is the engine that drives Peru. Nearly 1/3 of the entire nation's population lives here. The city leads in finance, manufacturing, tourism, and trade. The port of Callao, just west of Lima, is Peru's vital connection to the rest of the world. The immense mining wealth from the Andes flows through this capital. Agricultural exports like quinoa, avocados, and coffee travel outward from here to tables around the globe. And now, a new wave of innovation is growing. Tech startups are on the rise. Co-working spaces are buzzing with energy in districts like Miraflores and San Isidro. A new generation of young entrepreneurs is blending Peru's rich traditions with a global forward-thinking ambition. Yet, alongside this modernity, the informal markets still thrive. Street commerce is vibrant, resourceful, and deeply human. Lima has found a way to balance formal industry with grassroots hustle. It adapts, it evolves, it endures. 4. I told you there's a massive capital city, home to over 10 million people, where it almost never rains. A place where the sky is often a soft, cinematic gray. And the coastline is defined by dramatic cliffs dropping straight into the Pacific Ocean. This is Lima. Peru, a city of incredible contrasts and a story that unfolds layer by layer. Most people know Lima for one thing, its food. And they're not wrong. It's consistently named one of the best culinary destinations on the planet. But before we dive into that, let's talk about the city's unique setting. Lima is the second largest desert capital in the world, right after Cairo. Instead of rain, it's often wrapped in a coastal mist known as lagara. This mist softens the skyline, giving the entire city a dreamy, almost mysterious atmosphere. But when the sun breaks through, especially during the summer months from December to April, the city absolutely glows. To the west, the Pacific Ocean is a constant presence. The Costa Verde, or Green Coast, isn't a sandy beach gently meeting the water. It's a line of towering cliffs with a ribbon of highway and parkland at their base. All day long, you'll see surfers out on the water, chasing swells year-round. Look up, and you might see paragliders soaring gracefully above the cliffside parks of Miraflores, catching thermals with the endless ocean as their backdrop. To the east, far in the distance, rise the majestic Andes. Mountains are silent. Eternal reminder of the power of nature that cradles this sprawling metropolis. This connection to the land and sea is woven into the daily life of Barrancos. At sunrise, joggers and cyclists trace the path of the Malecon, a beautiful promenade that runs 4 miles along the cliff tops. In the afternoons, families gather in parks overlooking the sea for picnics. And as evening approaches, couples find a quiet bench to watch the sunset dissolve into the returning mist. It's a city that breathes with the rhythm of the ocean. Now, let's talk about the food. If there's one thing that defines Lima on the global stage, it's the explosion of flavors you'll find here. This is where centuries of culinary traditions, Spanish, African, Chinese, and Japanese have collided to create something entirely new. The moment you step into a market like the Mercado Central, your senses are hit with the vibrant aromas of citrus, fresh chilies, and exotic fruits. Have to start with ceviche, Peru's national dish. It's deceptively simple, incredibly fresh fish. Marinated and essentially cooked in sharp lime juice, then tossed with fiery chili, crisp red onion, and cilantro. It's bright, it's sharp, it's a jolt of pure flavor that tastes like the sea itself. It's not just a dish, it's a national obsession. But the journey doesn't end there. You have to try lomo saltado, a hearty stir-fry of beef, onions, and tomatoes. Served with both rice and French fries, too. It's a perfect example of chifa cuisine. The fusion of Chinese and Peruvian influences that tells the story of Peru's immigrant history in a single, delicious plate. As night falls, the streets come alive with the smoky scent of anticucho's grilled beef heart skewers that are a staple of street food culture. They are tender, flavorful, and an absolute must-try. Beyond the savory, Lima's markets are a treasure trove of fruits you may have never even heard of. There's Lukiama, with its creamy texture and maple-like flavor, often called the gold of the Incas. There's Chadamoya, which Mark Twain famously described as the most delicious fruit known to men. And there's maracuya, or passion fruit, whose tartness cuts through the richness of many desserts. While world-renowned restaurants like Central and Mado are constantly pushing the boundaries of gastronomy, making international headlines. For humble street carts and neighborhood warrigs remain just as essential to Lima's food scene. Here, food is more than just sustenance. It's identity. It's pride, innovation, and a deep connection to heritage. In Lima, every single meal feels like a celebration. So, what does a perfect day in Lima look like? Imagine waking up in the beautiful district of Miraflores. The salty ocean air drifts through your window. You start your day with a walk along the Mala, watching the surfers carve up the waves below. You find a cozy cafe for a breakfast of fresh squeezed juice, warm bread, and some of Peru's famously strong coffee. Mid-morning, you head to the historic heart of the city. The Plaza Mayor. Standing in the shadow of the Grand Cathedral and the Presidential Palace, you can feel centuries of history watching over you. For lunch, it has to be ceviche, maybe at a small spot in a local market or a restaurant with a view of the ocean. In the afternoon, you get lost in the Bohemian district of Barranco. This neighborhood is a feast for the eyes, with vibrant street art, colonial mansions converted into art galleries, and the famous Puente de los Suspiros, or Bridge of Sighs. Legend has it that if you can cross the bridge while holding your breath, your wish will be granted. As the day ends, you make your way to the Park del Amor in Miraflores. The sky ignites in shades of orange and pink as the sun sinks into the Pacific. The city lights begin to flicker to life, reflecting through the gentle evening mist. For dinner, maybe you choose a rooftop restaurant, enjoying the view as music from nearby bars and pennas spills into the night air. Lima at night feels intimate and alive. It's a city you don't rush. You savor it. If you're planning a trip, the best time to visit is during the Southern Hemisphere's summer. From December to April, when you'll get the most sun and warm weather. For your home base, the districts of Miraflores or Barranco are your best bets. They're safe, beautiful, and offer the best access to the coast, restaurants, and a great atmosphere. Getting around is easy with taxis or rideshare apps. A few must-see spots include the Plaza Mayor, the the ancient clay pyramid of Huaca Pucllana, right in the middle of Miraflores, and the catacombs of the San Francisco Monastery. But don't be afraid to find the hidden gems. Explore the incredible street art scene in the port district of Callao. Take a day trip to the Pachacamac ruins just outside the city. And spend hours wandering through local markets for the most authentic bites. Lima is a city full of fascinating details. Did you know it has over 1,600 colonial balconies, each with its own unique, intricate design? Dead beneath the modern city, remnants of ancient civilizations rest quietly, waiting to be discovered. It's a place of constant surprise. A city that is both ancient and modern, desert and ocean, tranquil and chaotic. And that is its power. As night fully settles over the Pacific, and the city glows softly through the mist, you hear the ocean whispering below the cliffs and the faint sound of a guitar playing somewhere in Lima. Is not a city that reveals all its secrets at once. It doesn't overwhelm you. It unfolds, slowly, letting you discover its history, its flavors, and its soul. It is the resilience of the desert, the rhythm of the ocean, the memory of a colonial past, and the ambition of a modern future. The City of Kings no longer rules an empire, but it reigns supreme in spirit. And once you feel its warmth, taste its food, and watch its sunsets, you'll understand. Lima isn't just a place you visit, it's a place that lingers with you, long after you've left. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys to incredible places.